look at this, Mr. Ferrari. Hey there, homie. Is that a Testarossa? Oh, nice. Dad let him take the car. Look like they're going to prom. Oh my god, they're kids. I love it. Young bros in a Testarossa. Is that a Testarossa? Oh, no, Pininfarina. That's so fun. What is up? It's a Dude RW here, and it is an ugly, ugly day on the road. It's about 5:45 right now. I am making my way down 93, going from Boulder to Golden. Let me show there we go. Make sure my vents are closed. Ooh, just dropped down to 59. It is wet. It is chilly. But I got some Michelin 5s. You know how it is. Your boy is not hung out to dry, so to speak. It's got these Michelin 5s finely optimized for gross weather conditions. Nice monster trucks. That's some cool shit. Right on. What better stuff to talk about while we were driving in just garbage weather? Looking at the flat irons on some wet roads with our visor covered in water. And Antifragility. And you know what? People give Nassim Taleb a lot of credit for inventing antifragility, but I think that's a lie. Because in college I was a big fan. I was a big reader of philosophy as a philosophy major. And there's a dude named Friedrich Nietzsche who has famously stated, "That which does not kill me will make me stronger." Then quoted by Kanye West, of course, in his classic Stronger. I think that's what the track was called. The track was called Stronger. That's what's up. It was not Nassim Taleb. Nassim Taleb merely reawakened the idea of anti-fragility after good Sir Kanye West, and before him, good Sir Friedrich Nietzsche, the Overman, eternal recurrence, coined it himself. And I don't know who coined it before Nietzsche, but we can only assume that somebody did. Down to 56 degrees. Ooh, feeling great out here. Anti-fragility. A cat and a washing machine. I think that's the example that he uses. Maybe we could talk about the marathon runner and the washing machine. I think that's a more apt example for me. What up, also wet Harley friends? If I drop a washing machine off a 3-foot height, do I make it stronger? Seems like a stupid question. If you drop a washing machine off a 3-foot height, does it make it stronger? Alright. Well, if I take my marathon runner and I put her in a training protocol and I have her do box jumps. She's got some ups, so she's doing some 36-inch box jumps. If she jumps up and jumps down from a 3-foot height, does she get stronger? And the answer is yes. Do I want to drop my washing machine from a 3-foot height to make it stronger? No, I do not. But if I train my gal in her off days on marathon running, or say her cross-training days, I tell her to do 3-foot box jumps, is that going to make her stronger? Heck yes, it's going to make her stronger. And this is something that I think a lot of folks who work out intuitively get about the concept of anti-fragility, because it's really just understood in the context of athletic adaptation, which has been particularly well studied. So it just kind of clicks for them, this idea that, okay, well, if I want to jump off a 3-foot height, 3-foot height, 3-foot height, I have to strain the body to get it to grow. I have to go through these sort of periodic cycles of intensity and relaxation, healing. Now, of course, you can go down the rabbit hole of an absorbing barrier, right? So the absorbing barrier is, can I jump 3 foot from a 3 foot distance 60 times? Nice. Yes, I can. I could do my box jumps 60 times. Now, that would mean that I have jumped a grand total of 60 feet. Well, can I go to the top of a 60-foot building and huck myself off and say, you know what, I want to get all my training done in one move. I'm just going to jump off this 60-foot building. No, because there's an absorbing barrier. An absorbing barrier is, obviously in this case, the height from which you can jump without incurring some kind of injury. So you're typically just jumping when you're getting that sort of adaptive response. But there is a point, the absorbing barrier, where you are no longer getting adaptive response, you're actually just getting the shit kicked out of you. This is kind of a pretty road. I'm sure it looks great when you're not getting screwed by the weather. So what does that have to do with anti-fragility? Anti-fragility, this idea that something that is made stronger from stress, up to the point, but not exceeding the point that it will kill it. So there's a lot of ways to utilize or assess this this concept in the real world. For our purposes, let's just think about it in Bitcoin, right? If it doesn't kill it, it makes it stronger. So in the same way that we are not in optimal weather, we are going from boulder to golden, and it's kind of shitty out here, I'm not gonna lie. Currently, Bitcoin is not in optimal seasons. No, it's not in optimal seasons. Go figure. We got alt season in full swing. ETH maxis are gloating. They're talking about the flippening again. That means they're probably about to get kicked in the knackers. You got Vitalik dumping dog coins so he can clear out the network because he's probably scarred, frankly, from the CryptoKitty situation. Let's pass our friend. And yet the price of ETH keeps rising. How come people don't understand? Why don't they just get it? God, Bitcoin is the one and true. It is decentralized. I'm running a node in my apartment right now. I can't run an Ether node, an Ethereum node. I don't have 32 Ether to stake. I'm not going to drop high five figures into getting caught up into your Cantillionaire wet dreams when you go into ETH2, the stakening. But this is the nature of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, as love is, Bitcoin is patient, Bitcoin is kind. It's going to do what it does. The moon is programmed. We weren't LARPing when we said that. The moon is programmed. It is. The moon is really programmed. There's no other way to say it. The game is already won. It doesn't really matter the price at which we're operating, because we're playing with a system that has characteristics that in and of itself mean that you can't kill it. You can't kill it. 4 years ago, maybe you could have. 4 years ago, maybe if Roger had been a little bit more keen on his little BCH, BTC chain split, if Jihan had been a little more organized with his, we just passed 17,000 miles on the bike. Good shit. If Jihan been a little bit more organized with his Antminer production, or was that him, Jihan, with the Antminers? I don't recall. He had something. He was making. His ASIC boost. But I don't remember his particular business. Ooh, I'm getting some bad fogging right now. Yeah, there was a time when Bitcoin was less than, $250 million, $500 million in total market cap, that it very well could have gotten totally yoinked, totally killed. And it didn't. And it survived. The price dropped, but it survived. And then the price kind of leveled, and it survived. And then the price went up, and it survived. And that entire time, something that none of us could have done individually was happening organizationally, just amongst all interested and incentivized parties. The miners were ramping up their production facility. New on-ramps for purchasing by institutions were coming on. Folks were trying to figure out ways to actually create options, create derivatives in the Bitcoin market. All that stuff was getting worked on. And that was happening in silence. And it was because the incentives were aligned. It wasn't because somebody was sitting there pouring cash into people's pockets while the price was going from 9,000 down to 3,000 and then back up again. It wasn't happening. And to be frank, most people aren't funding their operations on, selling Bitcoin unless they're trading it. And there aren't that many people that are really trading it. There's a lot of hodlers out there. So Bitcoin was becoming stronger as it was ignored after it had gone through that hype cycle. It's anti-fragile because now we're looking at a situation where it's nearly $1 trillion asset. It's 4 or 5 times as large as it was previously. Hash rate is cranking out at an all-time high, and there have never been more ways for you and I, Joe Plebe, pleb. Let me get my pronunciation correct, my emphasis on the right syllable. There's never been a better moment for those of us who are not cypherpunks to actually participate in this thing. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not a tech bro. And I know just enough tech to be dangerous. Oh, you're going for the pass. You're going for the pass. Alright, I hope you're happy about that. Because now I'm just behind you, looking at you like this prick. Or was I? Oh, it's never been easier. I got a node running in my apartment. $200 of gear that I bought off of Amazon, and then some code that I downloaded off the internet, figured out what Bellina Etcher is, and now I've got that just cranking along, validating blocks. And then I said, oh, let me figure this node thing out. I figured that out. Okay, let me see about maybe playing with this cold card thing. Get Spectre on the Umbral. All of a sudden, holy cow. Look at that, I don't have to dox my UTXOs to whoever that sort of central party is. Now I'm just really being my own bank on my own electricity. I'm validating the whole network. Unreal. Unreal. It's never been easier. And so people get, they shit on Bitcoin so hard. And say, oh, it's old technology. We've got something way better. But they don't have the network effects. And they don't have the Lindy effects. They don't have the fact that they've been alive for 12 years. Because most of the projects are only, 3 years old, 4 years old. They have no history to them. They haven't actually been tested. So Bitcoin is at the point where it's being considered a threat by nation states. And your favorite shitcoin isn't even anywhere on the radar. It's not even worth enforcing by the SEC, frankly. They literally just don't give a shit about it. It's pure degeneracy. That's why we're not worried. Because look, just like this weather, it's going to pass. It's already getting better. Somebody honk, bro. People are too nice. I need a little bit more of this, pay attention to your driving. You gotta honk if somebody's just not paying attention to their shit. Yeah, we're not worried. We're cool, we're chilling, we're stacking sats. So I'm wiping my visor because I got just a buttload of water stuck up to it. But it literally doesn't matter because the game is won. And the game was won the second that we survived that first cycle. And I hope, wherever you are in your Bitcoin journey, that, you get to go through that whole cycle. Because the second that you go through that cycle and you see it peak and you see it drop and you feel all those feelings, and then something flips in you and you go, oh geez, I am not properly allocated. I need to seriously reassess how much exposure I have to this thing. You start upping the numbers and you'll never have as much as you think you need. Because it's not really about the sick gains. You come for the sick gains, but you stay for the revolution. And the revolution is being able to... What is this suburban hell that we just came into? Oh my goodness. It's like I just found a tumor in the mountains. Holy cow, I hate it. Alright, where was I at? Yeah, I can't wait for you to go through that hype cycle. For you to experience that, and then for you to get the full orange pill. Because I think it happens over time, and I think you really have to see the cycle play out. And that wakes you up and you start to see in sats. You start to operate on the sat standard, the Bitcoin standard. And that's where we're headed. The game is won. So if you're feeling skittish, you're feeling nervous, if it's rainy outside, everything is shitty, you're driving by some cancerous, I assume this is like some kind of North Golden, I don't even know if we're that close to Golden. If you're feeling bad, just, you know, find your local maxi. Get in a little group, go to a meetup, and just listen to what they say. Don't probe them. Just listen to what they say, because they're not freaking out right now. They're chilling. And a lot of dudes put big money in, over 55,000, over 63,000, way towards the top. They're chilling. Doesn't matter. I think that's all we got for today. We're just gonna keep surviving. Harley bros never wave. I waved at them, they didn't wave back. I'm a BMW bro. I don't know if there's some beef that I'm unaware of, but I'm just gonna keep trucking. I'm gonna be anti-fragile. My skills are gonna get better the shittier this weather gets. That's where we're at.